Hey guys, it's Amy, and this is day 2 of my extermination of the aphids. Yesterday I used a natural solution that I found on the interweb of a third vinegar and the rest of it water solution mixture. And I listed the website on the comments, but I'll do that again on this one. So what I did yesterday was I had Brussels sprouts that were infested with aphids, and I just went and sprayed away. There is actually one that is the smallest one that's well shaded from all the other Brussels sprouts. So that one was really infested really bad. So I'll show you here in a second. So here's my Brussels sprouts right here, and this one right here is the smallest one, and that's the one I sprayed because it's well protected from all these other bigger ones. It's well protected from the sun. So this little guy right here was really infested with the insects. But as you can see here, all that deliciousness. So when I sprayed them yesterday, I just let it set overnight, and you could see that little, you could see one creepy crawly right there on that leaf. I saw him move, he's alive. So what you're mainly seeing are the remains of the ones that I killed off yesterday. So the vinegar did do its job, it did kill them off, and all I could find right now are just the remains. So if I just take a leaf here, yes, I'm touching it, it just brushes right off, and they're not alive. So it did kill them on impact, I'm assuming, if not very shortly after. And all I'm finding is just one here and there. I'm assuming that they crawled up today, because all that you see right there is just residue that brushes away. I was gonna hose it off for you guys so you know, but it's actually too hot right now to put any water on them. So it did work. It didn't do any damage. I don't notice any discoloration in the leaves or anything. It still looks and feels very, hardy, like it's still growing. So tonight when I water them, I think I'm just gonna hose these guys off and get rid of the rest of them. And yeah, it worked. There's just more trying to climb up. So anyway. So I had to come sit in the shade because it was getting too hot. So my solution did work. The only thing I think after you spray them is you just hose them off when you water them at night and get rid of the evidence. And there is another listing that they put on that website. Like I said yesterday, they listed several different ways you could try and get rid of them. I tried the spray, and I think I'm going to try and put something along the bottom of the base of the Brussels sprouts so that the new little critters doesn't crawl up the stem again and, do the same thing. And I read on the website that you can actually, cut up banana peels, which I never eat bananas because they're disgusting, but my husband likes them, so I might want to try that. But that also makes me worry that maybe ants might be attracted to that, but I think ants eat aphids. Don't quote me on that. And there's also another method that they brought out on the website, that you take aluminum foil. So if you have them spaced better than I do, because that was my first time ever trying to grow Brussels sprouts, so I wasn't exactly sure how big they were supposed to get. So the aluminum foil is supposed to deflect the sunlight and I guess get under the leaf so the aphids don't, I guess they don't like sunlight, heat, whatever. That's why they're always on the bottom side of the leaf. So there was one more thing I forgot to tell you guys. I was at Home Depot and I ran into a gentleman who asked us a question about broccoli, and he was purchasing broccoli and cauliflower starts, and I told him about the experience I had. At the time I didn't know it was aphids, but last year or the year before we planted broccoli and it was just infested with aphids. and he had mentioned that marigolds actually help with that if you plant them next to the vegetables. I think they actually go for really dark leafy green vegetables. In my experience, they may go after something else too, I'm not sure, but in my experience they go for like cabbage and kale, broccoli, and now this year I know Brussels sprouts. It's too late for me to try that experiment and plant marigolds in between the Brussels sprouts right now, because this was my first time planting Brussels sprouts. I didn't realize how big they were going to get, and so there's really no room. So I would say I'd try it to see if it works, but I want to check that out, Google it, to find out what's in marigolds that actually, you know, keeps these guys away. So, and it sounds a lot easier to me, and who doesn't mind looking at a couple of flowers while they're, watering their garden, and, so. Anyways, thanks for watching. I pretty much gave you all the information out of my experience, so if you have any questions, you should probably Google it. But on my experiment, if you have any questions on what I have experienced, just go ahead and ask. Thanks for watching, and